But O'Connell's pub in Ardagh is now becoming famous in its own right, ever since strange things began to happen during a recent renovation.
We knocked our fireplace. The old fireplaces in houses of yesteryear were about 6 to 8 feet in depth. So we began to dig away. When the fireplace was eventually demolished, we were digging underneath the hearth stone, and we discovered this old altar stone. Now, many people have come and dated it. Some said it's 80 years old, others said it's 200 years old, and others went on to say it was up to 400 or 500 years old. John Hunt from the Hunt Museum in Limerick has put a date on it, an average calculated date, just at about 400 to 500 years. He said he wasn't really sure, they'd need to take it away and examine it, but we didn't want it to leave the premises. As you can see, it has the IHS on it, and we're not sure what this is in relation to, but other historians around here would associate it with the Knights Templar, who were here in around the 10th or 11th century. As we felt this disturbing presence straight away, but a couple of nights afterwards, the doors began to open by themselves and they closed out and closed in. And we were doing some development in another room, and we took some paintings and pictures off the wall. And when we came in the following morning, 2 or 3 of them were up, but it was all religious ones that were back up on the wall. We couldn't really explain it. It was an unhappy feeling in the building, so we brought in a lady who was a mystic, a seer and visionary and healer, Mary Malone. She felt the presence and saw 3 hooded characters that resembled monks just up here in this spot, in this area alone. They were in a corner, huddled together in fear and in anguish, and they were trying to escape and get into the light. They were in a darkness, she said. So she prayed, and she brought the bell, candle and book with her, and the holy water, and she prayed for a while, and she asked that we say the rosary. But in the walls we found one of these old books. Now, I don't know, is it of monastic significance, but we're getting it checked out with the Hunt Museum. It's called The History of Life, Cicero's History of Life. It's a very, very old edition. It's damp, yet it was found in an old sackclothy material, and it was in good condition. We were very surprised, but the binding is fairly intact, but it's musty and smelly.
According to Mary Malone, there is now the spirit of just one monk remaining. Séamus has surrounded him with church furniture, and Augustine, the name that Séamus has given to his ghostly monk, now seems to have settled down greatly. Liz O'Driscoll is an empath whose senses are very acute to the spirit world. She feels a strange sensation every time she comes into the pub.
It's a very light sensation. It's like the hackles are standing up on the top of my head. You feel like a tingling in your aura. That's why I never find it frightening, because it's very gentle. It's like they don't want you to be afraid.
Bewitched.